So now I want to look at that same March swing by Keegan and compare it to one of A-Rod's. Here we are on the stance, and one thing I notice in the stance is that both these are workable stances. They're balanced, but A-Rod is certainly a little softer in the knees. He looks like he's in a little more athletic stance, whereas Keegan's legs look pretty darn straight, and that can put you a little bit off balance. I think it might help. It just might help Keegan relax and be more comfortable. He just soften the knees a little bit. That'll also help keep his weight forward on the balls of his feet, which is a good thing. But moving from the stance, both are showing a really good negative move. Again, the way Keegan's cocking knee and front shoulder and keeping that shoulder in is a really good start to the swing. Coming into toe touch, I think Keegan's weight might be infinitesimally a little far back in terms of his upper body. Again, you see this classic little bit of forward lean between A-Rod's eye and his belt buckle, whereas that same thing on Keegan I don't think would show that. Now, if anything, he's still a little bit back. So yeah, he could come into the ball a little bit more aggressively just with the upper body, but the fact that he's nicely loaded at toe touch is great. And even into heel plant, in fact, he's still fully loaded at heel plant. A-Rod's already started his swing. In this case, it's not necessarily better in A-Rod's case. The longer you can stay back and then explode through the ball, the better. So I like the fact that Keegan's still loaded at heel plant. Both are doing a great job at getting their lower bodies into the swing, and both doing a really good job of not arm barring, which maybe isn't surprising in A-Rod's case, but most of the volcanoes have trouble getting this arm. They tend to get their front arm absolutely straight. That's a classic power V. That's exactly how you want the bat to be coming into the ball. He's driving. It's not like a swinging gate. It's like hammering a nail. Perfect. If you look at bat lag, yeah, the shoulders. This has been a good swing. You've seen the hips explode first, and then the hands and the hips leading both the shoulders and the hands into the swing. And now between bat lag and contact, you just see in the last part of the swing, the bat whip into the ball. Only thing you see here, both are doing a great job hitting off a firm front side, and you need that front leg to be pretty much straight or firm if it's going to turn into the pivot point to let the hips rotate around it. So that's also really, really good. You can see that A-Rod's weight is transferred a little more fully, and that's what allows his foot to be fully up, whereas Keegan's hasn't quite gotten around as much. And again, I think what might help that would be just pointing in the stance, pointing the back foot just a little bit more towards the pitcher to help that foot come around a little more easily. But his hips are all the way open. He's into the ball. And one of the absolute fundamentals of hitting is they both have their head right down. Their head has gone down. It's right on the ball at contact. Both are keeping their head in on the ball as long as they can, which is great. If we continue this from contact, one obvious difference is, and again, it could just be a little more mature, a little stronger, A-Rod is fully exploded through the ball and extended after contact, whereas Keegan's arms are still a little bent and collapsed. So one thing for Keegan to focus on is trying to explode through the ball, reach full extension after contact. And that sort of follow-throughs in the rest of it as well. So fundamentally, very solid swing by Keegan. What I like best about it is the fact that he stays loaded through the stride and then does a good job getting his hips into the swing when it's time to explode to complete the swing. A couple of things he might consider is just soften the knees, relax a little in the stance, maybe point the back foot a little bit more towards the pitcher to help that back foot come around, and then focus on really hitting through the ball, reaching full extension after contact. But this is a solid swing. Just look at it once in full speed. Good rhythm there, like how he's going back and forth. Just a little late, and when you look at it in full time, you don't see how much that back foot doesn't really look like it really comes through the ball, which is part of why he doesn't reach the full extension. But this is a much better swing than a few months ago, and I'm sure it'll keep